Hallo, willkommen zurück zu Dead State. Wir sind an Tag 63 angekommen. Und, ja, werden wir mal schauen, wie weit wir dieses Mal kommen. Vielleicht erreichen wir ja sogar noch 70, wenn hier wenig passiert, aber ich schätze mal, dass es wieder nur 4-5 Tage vorangeht. Sammeln wir mal hier ein. Müll, die gehen nicht. Da müssen wir anfangen. Jawohl. $35. Und hier 8 ist zu viel, 7 geht. Ja, sind wir noch ein ganzes Stück, was wir hier an Tagen vorspulen müssen. Ich weiß auch noch nicht, irgendwann in den 80er Tagen wird wohl das Ende eingeleitet, aber ich weiß auch nicht, wie lange es dann noch dauert, bis das Spiel vorbei ist. Honey. Wenn wir da 2 Stunden sammeln, ist es zu viel. Jetzt sind wir ein bisschen zu früh zu Hause, aber 1 Stunde hätte ich noch angeln können. Passt schon. Wir haben sowieso zu viel Food. Kurzer Tag. Können wir schlafen gehen. Jawohl. Jetzt dürften die Militärs wiederkommen. 27 Moral verloren. Wurscht. Null Schaden, Wahnsinn. If you thought my last plan was genius, just wait until you hear this one. Let's hear it. These dead just keep moving, no matter what. Seems to invalidate the law of energy, but that's where it works in our favor. All we need is giant hamster wheels connected to batteries and bam, free electricity. Ist eigentlich gar nicht mal so dumm. We built rows of them and strap a bunch of those people in it. But then, with all the extra electricity, we built massive Tesla coils around the fence to zap anything that comes close. Oh, what's that? End of the world. We win? Got it. That's certainly a unique plan. You can thank me when it's built. I will only require 10 parts from our supply room to build a prototype. Or you could go assemble a think tank for an even bigger project. Nehmen wir das. A think tank. I like that. Yeah. Why am I wasting my time on this when I could be working on that assault blimp idea I've been telling everyone about? Forget the hamster wheel. We are heading to the skies. You're still alive in there? Oh, there you are. So, do you have the supplies or did I just waste fuel and ammo for nothing? We have some for you. It's not what you asked for, but it's all we can spare. Really? Well, if it's all you can spare, I believe you. The contribution is appreciated. Happy to help the troops. I've got a patrol to get to, but if you have a question before I go, I answer what I can. It's the last I can do for your help. I have been waiting to ask questions since you showed up. Go ahead. What happened to the military? What do you want me to say? That I was following orders? That we are not police? The short of it is, we were sent into zones full of civilians and were not given clear objectives. We got pulled from all over the world, hastily grouped into a joint operation, which each branch fighting over who was in charge, and are told to occupy US soil because the dead are attacking the living and the populace has collectively lost their shit. We went into the cities to clean them up, set up a perimeter and wipe out the enemy. Simple, right? Where to start? The dead walking around, the looters reaching our lines, the civilians flocking to the military patrols looking for help, the uncontrollable fires, the suicides, the mutinies, the deserters. It took a long time for morale and to stabilize in our remaining forces. By that time it was too late. We regrouped and waited for further orders and resupply, but they never came, so here we are. Another question. Is there anyone left at the top? Is anything left? I think so. Our communication capabilities are spotty. We are working off old orders, but every once in a while I get something like I can tell someone's listening, but they don't answer. I imagine they're just sick of hearing COs ask them for stuff. So if no one is helping, why keep doing this? Because someone has to. I have another question. What do you plan to do to restore order? We're trying to clean up a corridor, clear roads, drop corpses, eliminate hostiles, retake strategically important buildings, that kind of thing. I won't get into specifics for obvious reasons. I've got men to feed. More than anything, we are fighting hunger. We lose that, we are done. When you join up with us, we can work together. We hunker down, we will eventually be overrun. I have my own goals and my people are trained to follow my orders. Your people might be good, but I doubt most of them would be up to the task. I have another question. Is there anything you can do to help us? Sorry, we are spread thin. I wish I could do more, I really do. I'm hoping I'll have better news for you one of these days. Another question. Where the hell are your tanks and airstrikes, and how about a food drop? Tanks? When the supply lines broke, those are the first things we ditched. Even back when someone answered the line, we couldn't get what we needed. We don't even use our birds for surveillance anymore. I have another question. I don't have any other questions, you should go. You folks, take care now, I owe you for this. Pack it in everyone, we're going home. How about a head wound? What would you say to that? I'd say let me get a pipe wrench, but if it's going to come down to it, I prefer an old-fashioned chain whipping. That's so, I'd like to see you do that. All too happy to. Hey, new chick, back the fuck off my friend. Damn it, Regina, do you always have to start shit? Ladies, break it up. What the hell are you talking about? I don't think anyone was talking to you. Both of you just shake hands and go your separate ways. If it's a crime to talk here, you best go run over your office and make some signs. Just ignore them. Where were we? Alright, so not to say I wouldn't love to see you beat someone with a chain, but how do you feel about a taser? Too clean. I like to feel it when I knock them out. Maybe see some teeth on the ground. You know, I think we may be sisters from another mister. Leave them to finish their conversation. Jo. Mut. Okay. Nix. Dann können wir hier auch direkt wieder losziehen und fischen. Kurzer Tag. Beehive. Boom. Bam, 29. Ja, komm, mach mal 8 voll. Jo, aber das Spiel ist halt von vorne bis hinten nicht gebalanced, würde ich behaupten. Also, ja, gut, was ist natürlich auch so eine Sache mit Spielen, die man theoretisch eingeplant ist, dass man da auch was verliert und nicht. Das von der Zeit kommt aber auch nicht hin, das waren jetzt keine 8 Stunden. Ja, Spiele, die halt mit einkalkulieren, dass man auch weiterspielt, wenn man hier Leute verliert und so. Das ist natürlich schwer, das zu balancen. Aber, ja, wenn man hier tatsächlich die ganzen unterschiedlichen Mechaniken, die passen meiner Meinung nach nicht so wirklich zusammen. Hier jetzt auch mit dem Food sammeln, ich meine, Hier zu überleben ist halt so überhaupt gar kein Problem. Man kriegt so viel Nahrung. Da hätte ich eigentlich auch nicht mal vorher Nahrung ansammeln müssen. Ich hätte wahrscheinlich schon ab Tag 10 oder 15 hätte ich das weiterspulen können. Das größte Problem wäre ja noch die Schokolade und der Bourbon und so gewesen. Weil die Moral dann halt zu sehr sinkt und dann geht's halt richtig runter. Aber was Nahrung angeht, irrelevant. Jawohl. Ja, das hier ist das Einzige, aber ich meine, mit 5000, wenn da jedes Mal 20 abgezogen werden, ja, das zählt eine Weile. Nahrung haben wir so viel. Das spielt überhaupt keine Rolle mehr. Ja, oder hier dieser Fans, der spielt auch überhaupt keine Rolle im Spiel. Hey, so, this whole thing, the school, those rotting fuckers, scourging for food and smokes, still going on. Gotta say, I wasn't expecting this. Thought it would, I don't know, blow over or something. Thought I'd be back on the road by now. Guess it's kind of bumming me out. What do you think? Are we fucked or not? I promise I will get us through this. Don't let those things win. We are better than them. Oh, okay, you are really into the savior of the human race shit, huh? I guess that's good. I mean, it's cool. I'm glad someone's looking out for us or trying. Sorry, I have problems with not sounding apathetic. It's a rockstar thing, wannabe rockstar thing. And that's for just things. Agro walks off. I was doing the rounds this morning and noticed that the refrigerator doesn't seem to be working. All the other powered things seem fine, but not the fridge. No hum, no cooling, no nothing. It's not life and death or anything, but that fridge helps keep any of our non-preserved food fresh, so it's kind of important. At any rate, I put note about it up the job board, and I wanted to let you know right away. I appreciate it. I'll get to it as soon as I can. Yo, I don't want to be greedy bitch or anything, but I've been helping out without making a fuss about every little thing, and I think I deserve something extra for that. Kannst mich mal. And I have you seen my... Was? And have you seen my ass? It's even skinnier because of all this exercise and not eating. You've done a great job. I can give you some. Anything more than... Nah, leadership? Here's the thing. If I gave extra to some, I would be crucified by the others. We'll have to share. Alright, guess that makes sense. Not really what I was hoping for, but I didn't think about that angle. Well, see you later then. Lo and behold, the castle's keeper graces us, Lady Priscilla. Lady, haha. Hi there. Sir Charleston was just telling me all sorts of stories about his life. He's won all sorts of jousts that's like night boxing on horses. Plus, he once held a fort by himself, and he once led his army to battle with the Kelps, even though he was outnumbered 30-1, and he still won. Pardon, but it was the Celts, and I'm afraid, dear lady, you make me sound like a bragant. I mean only to entertain. Nonsense, you're amazing, Sir Charleston. I never heard such stories of adventure and daring and whatnot. I had no idea there were still knights around. We are so lucky you found the shelter, I mean castle. Oh god. Perhaps Sir Charleston will favor us with another tale. That's because he's crazy. There are no knights, and his stories aren't real. Like water, delusion seeks its own level. Perhaps Sir Charleston will favor us with another tale. I have no quarrel with modesty, I shouldn't. Sure, you can. I bet you got all kinds of neat stories with princesses and black knights and horses. I cannot refuse the charms of a beautiful maiden. Haha. Okay, well, one time I was in charge of capturing the enemy banner and returning it back to our camp. Well, after carefully navigating through the forest, I found the enemy's standard, but it was guarded by 3 heavy knights. A difficult fight, even for me. So, I waited for an opportunity. 10 minutes later, one of them was called away to the commander's tent. I carefully removed a potion from my satchel and hurled it as far as I could toward the hill opposite me. One of the guards left to investigate the noise, and I made my move. Swiftly, I charged the remaining knight and knocked him to the ground. I grabbed the banner and ran back through the forest. Well, that action won the war. A feast was even held in my honor in the great hall of Mingolf. That was a good day. Good story, thanks for sharing that. You played Capture the Flag, that's the story? No, it It was a banner representing their army, but more important than a mere flag. The honor of all my countrymen was in the line. Wow, and you didn't even let them down for a second. That's so amazing. You flatter me, young Priscilla. Were you not of the Fire sex, you would make an excellent squire. Come, I shall share with you another tale over our morning's bread. Priscilla and Sir Charleston walks off. Okay. Mut. Alles sauber. Skillpunkte. 2. Science. Bam. You're familiar with chemicals along the squeeze full fuel from every possible source. Okay, dann hätten wir Science auch. Dann mache ich als nächstes Medical noch. Achso, wir müssen irgendwas reparieren. The Fridge. Gucken wir mal gerade, ob wir hier noch... Ne, also nix. Oh. Lo and behold. Okay, 3 Stunden. Ich will ja auch Science 10, aber... nix Mechanical. Ja. Dann gehen wir mal wieder fischen. Sounds like someone is near. Ja. Ach, das war das wieder. Aber diesmal haben wir Waffen dabei. Und ein Hund. Feuer. Na, warten wir einfach, bis sie ankommen. Ach, den Hund konnte ich selber steuern. Der hat eine Pistole. Der Hund ist natürlich auch super, um Zombies zu töten. Mit dem sieht's nicht so gut aus. Wenn der nämlich automatisch heilt und auch nicht verseucht werden kann. Na toll. Steht dann eh gleich wieder auf. Lassen wir einfach mal. Greifen wir den da an. Ziehen wir den auch in den Kampf. Kann ich da eigentlich umschalten? Takedown. Aha. Okay, cool. Takedown. Ferocity. Okay, es geht darauf nicht. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Das ist aber bald gut. Dann looten wir mal. Gut, gebraucht hätte ich halt so ein Maschinengewehr, aber die sind hier halt nicht. Laptop brauche ich auch nicht mehr. Dann noch 3. Bots. Da haben wir noch einen. Hat aber nix. Jo, dann können wir wieder gehen. Fischi. Wenn er es schafft, die Zone zu verlassen. Irgendwie hat er sich dahinter geportet und ist sonst von der anderen Seite rangelaufen. 8. Normalerweise sollten wir danach 17 Uhr haben, aber irgendwie scheint das nicht so ganz zu funktionieren. Schauen wir mal. ...40 Fische. ...56 Fische. 63. 70. Ja, wir haben erst 4. Können wir noch 2 Stunden. Inventory ist full. Okay. Ne, habe ich jetzt keinen Bock drauf. Nochmal. Volles Inventar durch Angeln. Bam. Jo, die Sachen muss ich dann erstmal wieder auf die Bank legen. Dann schließen wir mal den Tag wieder ab. Jawohl. Moralboost. Positive Morale for 7 days. Ja. Oha, kein Event. Dann können wir einfach wieder losziehen, fischen. Leaving location. Train tracks. Ne, danke. 8. 11. Ersten Stunde. Ja, es sind jeweils nur 50 Minuten oder sowas, die man da am Fischen ist. Und das summiert sich natürlich bei 8 Stunden dann. Dürfte aber dann auch ein Fehler sein. Es macht keinen Sinn, 8 Stunden einzustellen, wenn man nur 7 Stunden fischt. ...48... Hängen wir da nochmal 2 Stunden dran. Da können wir nochmal eine Stunde dranhängen. Plum, plum, plum. Ja, aber so Tage ohne alles könnte es jetzt gerne öfter geben, damit man hier ein bisschen vorwärts kommt. Denn die Dialoge, die sind zwar teilweise nett, aber ein bisschen viel des Guten, wenn man das jetzt nur mal so weiter spult. Wir haben jetzt schon mit 63 angefangen, 64, 65, 66. Da sind wir gut vorwärts gekommen. I've been working in the garden whenever I get a chance. It's all coming back. Which plants make good companions? Was? Ah, okay. Soil types, coaxing plants to fruit. I could probably do a lot more with it, but it's going to take a lot of time and work and monitoring all of it. I think I could get much better yields, but on the other hand, I do like the thrill of being in danger, beating ass and all that. I don't know. What do you think I should focus on? Focus on the garden. You obviously have a talent for it. We could always use extra food. You got it. It's funny. I never thought I'd be tending a garden again, so happy doing it. Next full day on the garden, I should be able to increase yields a bit. Actually, I should start planning it all out right now. Lot of work. I'll run you through it later. There you are. I was beginning to wonder. Good to see you still around. Got another request. One of my men identified Captain Paul Rayner among the members of your group. Under Article 11 of the Federal Emergency and Provisions Act, all former military personnel are hereby called back into service, no matter the terms of the discharge. I expect Rayner to be ready to move out in 24 hours. I'm not going to just hand over one of my people. This is not for argument. I want Rayner out here and ready to go in 24 hours. Das kann man vergessen. Let's get this thing on the road. Move out. Aha. This won't take long. I was looking at the map. There's a place here at Lake Travis. Used to send my kids to the camp there. Well, when I could get their deadbeat father to pay for it. Place has been there forever. It's out of the way. My gut tells me there still be supplies. Anyway, seems to worth collecting out. Sounds good. Do you know about this camp? According to my kids, they got a pool, peanut butter, sandwich bar, and on Fridays they make God's eyes. That's about the extent of it. Whether we got or not, that's your call. Berlin walks off. Lieutenant Adair came back this morning. He asked for Paul to join his squad, citing an emergency article that drafts former officers back into service. Adair is expecting Paul to be ready to go tomorrow morning. I've got my own thoughts about this, but I like to hear what you think before I make a decision. Obviously, losing a respected member of the shelter, especially one with a combat experience, could weaken our effectiveness as a whole. On the other hand, if Paul were to work with Adair, perhaps we could get more cooperation from the military. Paul's decision affects everyone here. Does anyone have a reason that Paul should stay or go? Das ist eigentlich ein guter Grund, dass der Hilfe holt. Paul's been a valuable member of our group and he saved more than a few lives when the bullets have started flying. I am not sure. We can't really afford to lose a valuable member of the team. As much as I'm sure the military could benefit from having him, it doesn't really leave us in a good position. And I have to favor the choice that's good for this group. To you, but it's up to you and Paul. This is a difficult decision for me. As a former soldier, despite how my career ended, there's a connection there that's hard to ignore. I can only imagine what they've been through, and I'm sure they could use me. The people here mean a great deal to me. I've fought with them. I've represented them, and I've spent so much time getting to know them that it's going to be so incredibly hard to leave them behind. But I feel like my place is back in the military, trying to make things better for everyone, not just the people here. It's hard to admit that, but it's the right thing to do, okay? However, I swear to you that I will work with Adair to prioritize the safety of the people here above all else. If he wants me, then he's going to have agreed to that condition. I will not let anything happen to this place, and I will not forget any of you. I've said what I had to. If you truly think I'm making a mistake, tell me now. I don't really have any love for Rainer. However, whatever my personal feelings, it doesn't change the fact that he's one of the only warm bodies here that knows how to shoot. If we give him... Ja, du bist natürlich immer dagegen, was ich machen will. If we give them one of our members, what's next? Our medical personnel, our mechanics, do you see where that leads? Well, I do, and I say we chase them off now before this becomes a regular event. We should have already wiped them out, but it looks like until we get our plan together, a show of force is what's needed here. Didn't I say this would happen, didn't I? So this time, when they march their crew cuts up to the fence, I say we shave a few inches off the top, and if they still don't get the message, let's just take them out and be done with them. We can't keep inviting them back. They need to know what messing with us is gonna cost them. It sounds like Paul's mind is made up, and if that's what he wants, he should go. Unless you feel that's not a solution, I'll support whatever decision you make. I'm all for supporting our military, but they're asking to take someone that's incredibly important to our community. Now, I understand sacrifice and honor, but what about the people here that will be a little less safe because he's not here to help out? If it were anyone else, maybe, but I think Paul's more use to us here. Lieutenant Adair's already got plenty of soldiers. Our group needs all the experienced survivors they can get. If you really feel differently, I could be persuaded to go along with it. If Paul chooses to go, he should go. Hopefully this will help us down the line. Nobody takes our people. We have to send a clear message that we will not tolerate the military request anymore. Paul chooses to go, he should go. Paul will leave our group and join up with Adair tomorrow. Is that your final decision? Yes, that's my final decision. Paul will leave our shelter and join Adair's group. If you think it'll help, thank you for understanding. It's been my honor to serve the survivors here, and I really needed to be part of something bigger when you found me. But this is a higher calling, and if it's in the military's power, then I need to help restore any kind of order I can to this madness. I promise you all I won't forget you, and I swear that I will repay your trust somehow. Please continue to look out for the people here, as I would. When they come asking for our medics and equipment, why do you just go with them too? Damn it, why the hell are you giving them our people? Now they're never gonna stop. We're doing the right thing. With Paul's help, perhaps we'll have one less enemy out in the world. If you two really think this is for the best, the decision has been made. That concludes our meeting. Agree, disagree, disagree, agree. Gerade so. Aber, was ich auf jeden Fall machen muss, ist dem jetzt die Sachen wegzunehmen. Denn die will ich nicht verlieren. Ja. Dann bleibt nur noch Vic übrig von vom alten Einsatztrupp. Ein Punkt. Ich mach mal Medical dann ein bisschen höher. Dann gehen wir wieder angeln. Ach so, ne, Moment. Wir hatten eine Abstimmung. Nö, sind aber immer noch alle okay. Dann gehen wir wieder fischen. Mixed Herbs. Und Herbs sammeln. Da wollte die hin, da gehen wir aber nicht hin. 30. Pleasant Oaks Summer Camp. Da gab es, glaube ich, auch mehrere Leute zu rekrutieren, aber... Nee, wir haben genug. Mein primäres Ziel ist jetzt tatsächlich, das Spiel zu Ende zu bringen. Das werden wir auch nicht noch im 100. Teil schaffen, denn das dauert einfach auch noch viel zu lang, jeweils in die nächsten Tage zu kommen. Elf. Zurück. Wild Herbs, ja, nächster Tag. Plum. Okay. Schließen wir den Tag auch ab. Go to bed and end the day. Jawohl. 70 dazu, wieso auch immer. Crisis Event Bonus, okay. Fresh Food spoiled, ja, weil wir mittlerweile so viel Nahrung neu bekommen. 658 Fresh Food ist noch am Rumlagern. I'm here for Raina, he's ready to go. Paul, Raina, reporting for duty, sir. At ease, soldier. Listen, I know you don't want to leave these people behind, but I promise we will do everything to help them out in the future. I understand, sir. If you want to take a minute to say goodbye, your goodbyes, I'll be in the jeep. He looks at you. I'm glad I could count on you. We'll take a good care of him. Guess that is where we go our separate ways. Look, I know I don't have to say it, but please watch out for everyone in the shelter. I'll do everything I can to get Lieutenant Adair to try and get you guys to safety. I swear it. Well, they're waiting. Hopefully, we'll meet again. Paul stares at the shelter for a minute, then picks up his pack and heads for the jeep. The jeep carrying Paul and Adair fades into the distance. Paul has now left the shelter. Okay, ist aber nicht viel passiert. Dann können wir noch einen Tag dranhängen gerade. Gut, ist alles okay. Ja, dann gehen wir einfach wieder angeln. Bum, 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 bum. Und sammeln. Jawohl. Voll machen. Fishing. Eine magere Ausbeute im Vergleich zu den Vortagen. Naja, 31 ist auch noch okay. Zurück. Wild Potatoes. Flip. 134. Damit haben wir wieder einen Skillpunkt. Medical. Medical ist jetzt quasi nur noch zum, um eventuell dann noch eine neue Dialogoption mal zu bekommen. Nicht, dass wir es bräuchten. Aber alles andere macht auch keinen Sinn mehr zu dem Zeitpunkt. Also von daher... ja, beenden wir den Tag. Jawohl. Damit haben wir auch 68 abgeschlossen. 2 Moral dazu bekommen. Jo. That darn generator's stalling again. Seems like we could always use more fuel. So, it got me to thinking. The militia, they got fuel depot and around Rock Springs. I am not saying they're going to let us just walk in and get some, but the guy there got running it. He might be open to trade. Haben wir doch schon. How secure is it? The militia's primary source of fuel. They got some of their best guys there. Best you try and make some kind of deal, cause those boys shoot you in the eye from a mile away. Do you know their leader? The man in charge, his name is Ken Nash. He's really important to the Sons of Liberty. Got them most of their weapons. Brought in some of their better recruits. Kind of a businessman, but he can fight. Maybe it's... keep it in mind as soon as as an option. Talk to you later. Aber das ist Bullshit. Die ganze Option ist Schwachsinn, weil wir da schon waren. Ja, dann gehen wir wieder fischen. Steht das jetzt in der To-Do-Liste? Ne. Okay. Potatoes. Apple Trees. Na dann. 14. ...29. Grapevine. Jawohl. Ich vermute, dass hier das Inventar voll sein wird, wenn wir hier fischen. Fischen jetzt 6 Stunden, aber ich schätze, dass es abbrechen wird, dann, wenn er voll ist. Bum, bum. Oh, scheint aber nicht voll zu werden. Jetzt magerer Fang bisher. 22. Oh, mich da etwas zu lang gefischt. 31. Na, ist egal. Dandelions. Das sind wir etwas... Ne! Ah, 1 Minute zu spät quasi. ...200 Nahrung. Ja. Ja, ja. Ich will meine Maus wieder bewegen. Danke. Der nächste Tag. Jawohl. 69. 201. Ja. Fresh Food spoiled. Das wird jetzt natürlich auch immer mehr werden. Ja. Hello again. Now, before you wonder how I got in here, believe me, I'm not here to hurt anyone. Why are you here? You look injured. Knife wound. Nothing serious. Let me explain. We lost contact in Fredericksburg yesterday. This morning, soldiers hit the fuel refinery, killed most of my men before we even knew they were there. All of the sun's stockpiles are gone. Men, women, and children depending on us are going to die now, if they haven't already. Given our professional relationship, I thought it best to come to you for help. You mean you want to stay here? I provided a certain set of skills to the militia, and I'm willing to do the same for you. You can stay with us. Why should I trust you? Whether you trust me or not, it's only a matter of time before the soldiers come for this place. I already lost to them once. I'm not going to let it happen again. Good point. Okay, you can stay. You won't regret this. Now, could you point me to what first aid kit and cot? I rode a horse to death and I jogged the rest of the way. Give me a day to get back on my feet. Take care of yourself. I'll see you later. Hello? You're still with us? Ah, hey, I got something for you. Hearts, a guy who scammed your group. I've got his location here. You can resolve that however you need to. I don't do it myself, but morale's already low enough. Killing ex-soldiers, even if they abandon their posts, it's not going to sit well right now. But between you and me, for what he did to the reputation of our forces out there, you'd be doing me a favor. Thanks, I appreciate this. You know, we're not so different. Very few people are built to handle the stress of something like this. Every single day, there's that chance enough to people snap, and everything you worked for is one ration away from you going up in flames. I don't know, maybe I'm just better at forgetting about that. Focusing on the minute to minute. How do you deal with it? By keeping them more afraid of me than what's crawling around out there. Ne, danke. I'm just good at being a leader. Awesome, even. Maybe the best. Don't know, people just started looking to me and me to do it, I guess. Isn't that funny how that happens? Guess some people are just naturals. Anyhow, just stopped by to give you that. I should be going. Wait, can I ask you something? Sure. How did you get to put in charge of your squad? Field promotion, right around when we pulled out of Dallas. It was not a good situation, morale was gone, my CO, he wanted to push back, hold the city. We found him tied to a post, mostly eaten. I stepped up, if only to keep things from falling apart. I've done everything I could to protect my men's lives. If there's an end to this someday, I'll probably face a court-martial or a parade, but whatever it is, I've done what I've had for my country. Another question. Heard anything from the top lately? Any news at all? No, and if you want my opinion, you should keep that information to yourself. I'm not saying there's no one out there, but better these people in there think I'm taking orders from someone up the chain. Another question. If things get worse out there, can I count on you to help us out? If things get worse out here, I don't know if either of has a chance. But I'll see what I can do. I'll let you go. Alright, time to get back on the road. You'll all hang in there. Adair leaves his jeep. In his jeep. Whatever. This is kind of gross, but I think something I ate or drank gave me a case of the hyper shits. I mean, this has gone past mud butt and right into the flute butt. There is no way I can do anything but let this run its course. You may want to warn people entering the second floor. You did the right thing telling me. Heal up today so you can be good to go tomorrow. Trust me, I want this out of my system even more than you, but I'll be fresher tomorrow. Oh, baby's kickin'. Gotta go. Okay, dann werden wir jetzt tatsächlich erstmal wieder ein bisschen Action haben. Zum einen den einen Typen killen. Ist aber ein sehr schlechter, also an dem Tag werde ich das nicht machen. Und der heißt Nash. Alter. Okay, was hatten der Long Arm Specialist? Nash is an expert in using rifles and gains an additional 5% crit chance with them. Home in the range, okay. Rugged, having Nash around everyone boosts confidence, resulting 1 morale per day. Dead aim, firearms training. Nash is an additional square of effective range with all range type weapons. Schön. Und wo ist der? Wo ist er denn? Nashi. Da. Nash. Yep. Anything that would improve your mood. I'll take a cigar. if you got it, and I'll hold into any good bourbon. You have. I find having some on hand is good for sweetening traits. I'll see what I can find. Can I ask you a question? Sure. Why were you in the militia? You seem different than most of them. The militia is merely the best choice I had for effecting change. My business dealings with the Clouds started when they were pushing for secession, where it was a political movement. In the first days of lawlessness, membership swelled and the militia started incorporating more fascist and racist ideology. I tried to keep it in check, but there wasn't much I could do, which is why I opted for the fuel depot post. Or didn't you just split your faction from Fredericksburg? Because it would have started a war. The Clouds controlled the food and other supplies, and all I had was fuel. We had bigger threats: thieves, corpses, soldiers. Let me ask you something else. What are your skills? I used to be a cop, so I'm no stranger to firearms or dangerous situations. In the militia, I was a trainer and businessman. I prefer words to violence, but I'm equally trained in both. Why did you leave the police or the militia? I left the force because I was fed up with bureaucracy. I started a private security company which paid more. That led to a side business in weapon sales and eventually dealings with the militia. Can I ask you something else? Did the militia have any holdings? The militia didn't. Was? Didn't hit. Ah. They hit the two biggest places we had. There were others scattered here and there, mostly women and children. They depend on Fredericksburg for deliveries. So, to answer your question, if there was anything left to take, I'm sure the military has already gotten to it. Okay, that's all we need to know. For now, see you later. Und dann mache ich auch jetzt den Schnitt. Und dann schauen wir beim nächsten Mal weiter. Bis denn!